Hello, John Robin reports. President Hamid Karzai of Afghanistan is one of our close allies in Southeast Asia. This strategic location of the country's why. The British presence in Afghanistan was a strategic concern to give protection to India, the jewel of the crown of the Second British Empire. In more modern times, American, British, and Western concerns are free trade purposes in the 21st century, and the Western foreign policy goal of maintaining alliances to prevent one power from ruling the roots in the area. And since 1945, with Japan's absolute defeat of the Allies in World War II, and then after China consolidated national power after the Chinese Civil War ended in 1948, they are a major power in Southeast Asia. USA Today headline of 7/13/11 read, quote, grief-stricken Hamid Karzai climbs into assassinated verb's grave, end quote. This is the act of a rational man. Forget the emotion. In foreign affairs, would often turn from diplomacy to war. It is a politically exact opinion that President Karzai lets his emotions control him in times of stress, made evident by his graveyard drama. It is clear in times of stress and potential danger, this man becomes overly emotional and falls apart. I just don't picture Bobby Kennedy trying to jump into John Kennedy's funeral in 1963, as close as they were. Harold Macmillan tried to crawl near. Is he a reliable ally in times of war? I think his actions make the answer quite evident, going to be politically exact. China must benefit from a weakly land Afghanistan. This is because this would be in her strategic interest. These interests are countered to those the United States, Great Britain, France, and the West. Obviously, there can be potential confrontation between the Allies and China. Free trade is the end goal. And it's not the new global economy is the name of the game. Marco Polo traveled to China in search of new markets in the 13th century. And the first and second industrial revolutions made the necessity of more foreign markets for Western commerce and trade essential to maintain. Because once you get the economy going, you got to keep it nourished with money and good sold. And there's a con here. That's a pro. The con is this. The tensions between the West and China became very tense after the Tiananmen Square massacre. The Allies witnessed in how China deals with peaceful protests. We realized that protests and even rioting are pressure valves that release public pressures over working conditions, wherever alleged hardships or political ramifications. Look at this society. Even Gordon riots in England, which are really basically anti-Catholic phobia, were allowed to take place without no mass murder. We study those people justification of the Chinese army being ordered to fire on protesters. This is a taking of human life and of the country's own people. Morality and common sense tell us that this is not a method of sustaining a people. And since free trade is the key to national success in our world economy, and since the Chinese government does not seem to care about our major trade partners' feelings and what they thought about China, the age-old wisdom China gained over centuries may be used to their advantage, not their partners in the global economy. They're very clever people, they think. Not being bigoted, they are. We better watch these people, watch them closely. Remember, a peace treaty was never endorsed ending the Korean War. This is not a good sign. We also have to protect the unstable North Korean regime. I already contemplating round 2 of this conflict, possibly. If so, as a reminder, the state of South Korea does exist now, which was an Allied victory. The last battle of the Korean War was the third battle of Hook, fought by a battalion of 600 men with Duke of Wellington's regiment against 4,000 Chinese. We even wave tactic was their major infantry tactic, but did not work. The Duke of Wellington's regiment won this contest of war, as the British Army did. They are down a path of war in history. The British Army and Royal Navy won the Falklands campaign, a logistical and military masterpiece. Then, on top of that, the Cold War being won by the Allies, and then the two Desert Storm campaigns made evident about the Western world's professional military ability. Caution is a word for China. To our own people to be cautious and kind to, and not to try and intimidate the West. They do not try to block and vote the Allies, but still the Tiananmen Square massacre is free from thought. Thank you for listening to me. This is John Robley reporting. Goodbye.